Hi, and welcome to class today. Today we're going to be doing a Vinyasa flow called Lighting the Flame. It's a mandala flow, so we're going to be going up and down the mat. I recommend having wherever you're watching this from onto the side of you rather than at the front of the mat. If you need blocks, you're welcome to grab them. We're going to be starting in a comfortable seated position. So coming into your comfortable seated position, it might not be with legs crossed, it might be on your knees, it might be with your feet out in front. Bring the hands onto the knees, breathe it in, and breathe it out, shoulders away from the ears. You have a soft gaze, you can close down the eyes. We're just going to tune into the breath, tune into where we are now. Tune into the room that you're in. Maybe you notice noise and sounds coming from the room that you're in. Maybe you just tune into the air touching your skin, your clothes touching your skin. Breathe it in and breathe it out. In through the nose and just have a sigh out of the mouth. One more time, inhale and sigh out of the mouth. Just letting go of anything that you feel you don't need for your practice. Take another inhale. Exhale. Lengthen out the breath through that exhale. As you take an inhale, maybe you just notice how you feel. This is a flow that is created for a full moon. Maybe you just feel the heaviness of the full moon, the amount of energy that's coming in from it. Maybe you feel shifts in the body that weren't there a few days ago. Maybe you can just find a space to let go of anything you don't need that's not serving you. We're going to slowly open up the eyes and we're going to bring the left hand to the left side of the mat. Right hand's going to lift up. Breathe in, pull through the fingers, and exhale, walk the left hand out, and you can look up towards the right hand as it comes up and overhead for a side body stretch. You can open up the chest a little bit more, breathe it in, and breathe out, bend through that left arm if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, turn the torso towards the thigh, and we're going to slowly walk the hands around and then over towards the right side. Left hand's going to come up and over the ear. Maybe you bend into that right side, look up towards the elbow. Inhale, exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, exhale, walk the hands around and come over to the left side. Breathe it in, open up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe a few less taps of the fingers as you go forward. Bring it round. Open up. Swoop it round. Finding maybe the fingers just hover off the floor. You stay there for a breath. Exhale. Bring it round. Lovely. One more time. Sweep the arms round. Up and over. Swoop the hands around, pull through the fingers as you come over, right side, and this time come forward, both hands come forward, fold over your crossed legs, finding a forward fold, really gentle, don't have to push it, don't have to get forearms to the floor, hands planted, spider the fingers, breathe it in, and breathe out. Inhale, walk the fingers all the way up to a comfortable seat. Then you're going to bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind you and open up through the chest. Inhale, crown of the head up towards the sky, and exhale, open it up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly swap the hands over, right hand towards where the left knee is, left hand comes behind you, open up, breathe in lovely and tall through the spine, and exhale, twist it open. Breathe it in. Exhale, open it up. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly come back to center. You're going to come forward and find your all fours position. So having your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Take your time, breathe it in and breathe it out. Connecting belly button to the spine, strong core. Inhale, tilt through the tailbone, drop through the belly, lift through the gaze. Inhale and exhale, spine comes up towards the sky, pushing shoulder blades away from each other, tuck through the chin and come into your cat pose. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, spine towards the sky, feel into the back, shoulder blades away from each other. A few more times, take your own time, do it in your own breath. Inhale as you come forward, shoulder blades come towards each other, and exhale, sending it back. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Slowly, we're going to come back into a neutral spine. We're going to bring the knees as wide as the mat, and we're going to send it back. Child's pose. Remember, coming into child's pose is always an option wherever you need to. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Hands go over towards the right side of the mat, taking your time, feeling into the left side body. Inhale, lift through the head. Exhale, feel into the left side body. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. And exhale, walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat. Feel into the right side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, walk the hands forward once again. This time we're going to tuck through the toes as we lift forward. Bring the bum up. Knees lift up, downward facing dog. Shift the weight forward, grip onto the mat, and slowly shift the weight into that plank pose. Bend through the knees, hover there, and exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Send it forward, plank. Bend through the knees, hover, bear pose. Send it back, downward facing dog. One more time. Shift it forward, plank. Feel it into your shoulders. You're having your shoulders level with the hips. You're pushing those hands so your shoulder blades come away from each other. Hover the knees, bear, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely job. Strong, strong, strong. Walk feet up towards the hands, look towards the thumbs. Bend really nice and deeply in the knees. Belly to thighs. Opposite hand, opposite elbow. I was about to say shoulder, elbow. We want to be hammer elbow. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push through the feet. Slowly lift up. Look towards the thumbs as you come up to your tool Tadasana. Hands through the heart center. Hands on either side of the hips. Just take a breath here. If you want to add anything, maybe a couple of sun salutations, you're welcome to, but we're going to start to do the mandala flow now. So we're going to push through the feet, spread through the toes, and we're going to lift, and we're going to have our hands lift up either side of the ears, bend through the knees, and slowly find your chair pose. Breathe it in. Look towards the thumbs. If you look down, you might find that your knees are over your feet. Try and rock the weight back and towards your heels. Then lift the gaze back up to the thumbs. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to step the left foot back. Weight shifts on towards the right leg, and we find our high lunge. Inhale here. Open through the chest. Push through the hips. Slowly, maybe lower a little bit through the hips. And look up towards the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. One more breath. And exhale. We're going to turn the back foot so that the toes face out towards the long edge of the mat. Hips face out towards the long edge. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back, look towards that front middle finger. You want to make sure that your shoulders are over your hips. Breathe it in. You've got it. Look towards that front middle finger, a little bit more, shoulders level with each other. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Hands come to the waist, and you're going to slowly bring the feet to face towards the long edge of the mat. Turn around, but it's a mandala flow, so it kind of doesn't work if I turn around, but we're going to come into a forward fold from here. So hands are to waist, breathe it in, lovely and open through the chest, and then exhale. We're going to fold over that wide-legged position. Edges of the feet are really digging into the floor, not lifting them up. We're rocking off of our arches. Hands are going to come down towards the floor, maybe widen through the feet, and exhale, fold over. Hello. Take a moment, breathe it in and breathe it out. Bend through the elbows, maybe the hands come to the insides of the feet. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, slowly push it all the way up. Hands come to the waist. Breathe it in and breathe it out. We're going to turn towards the other side of our mat this time. So our left foot is going to be facing towards the other side of the mat where we weren't before. Then you're going to stretch out through the arms. Breathe it in. Look towards that front middle finger. You can bring the stance a little bit close together. Come from a wide-legged stance. We're going to breathe it in here and breathe it out. Pull through the fingers and slowly bring yourself down into your triangle. We're really straightening through that front leg. We're trying to lift through the front knee, stacking shoulders over the top of each other. Look towards the top thumb. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lift it all the way back up. This time we're going to turn our hips towards the new front side of our mat, and we're going to shift the back foot a little bit round so the hips are really facing towards that side. We also can shorten the stance a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to come into pyramid pose. So hands are going to go either behind us in our secret prayer, or maybe opposite hands to opposite elbows. Just depends on how you feel and how it feels in the shoulders. Breathe in, nice and tall. Exhale, keep the length as you come forward, crown of the head beaming towards the front of the mat. Again, that front leg is straight, so you're finding a little, there's a little intensity in that front knee. Maybe it has a little bend, you'll feel it still in the hamstring. Or maybe you breathe into the intensity. Just make sure it doesn't feel painful. Inhale here. Exhale. Breathe it in. Exhale. Maybe looking towards the knee. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale, lift it up halfway. And then you're going to bring the hands down towards the floor. You're going to bring the right hand forward, so the left hand is taking the weight, and then that right foot's going to lift behind you. From there, slowly turn through the chest towards the left side of your mat and lift up through the left hand. Lift that back leg a little bit higher, press foot in towards imaginary wall, and then maybe lift the gaze up towards the top thumb into your revolved half moon. Intense, I know. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale, straighten through the back leg a little bit more. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Oh, and exhale. That leg that's out, we're going to hug it in and place it down by the left foot. And then the left hand can also come down, forward fold over the legs. Breathe it in halfway. Exhale. Land the hands onto the floor, bend through the knees, walk, step or jump it back to your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, hug elbows into knees or knees come down, slowly lift up, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sending it back. Breathe it in. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Shift the weight into the left hand, and the right hand is going to lift off the floor a little bit. You're then going to switch the feet, so you're going to the outside edge of the left foot. Remember, the knee can always come down for a modified side plank, and you're going to find that side plank. Breathe it in here, breathe it out. Inhale. And then exhale, right leg is going to hug towards the chest, and you're going to step the foot forward into your easy twist. Breathe it in here. Lovely. And exhale, we're going to have the hands go onto the inside of the foot, and you can walk them around as that back foot turns around to the edge, eventually onto the heel. Maybe you come onto the toes of the right foot, or maybe you come down to the heel. Not today for me, not today. We're going to breathe it in, breathe it out. Maybe you lift through the hands. Ooh, again, not today. And then we're going to walk fingers along, find your Skandasana on the other side. Lift through the right foot. And then exhale, frame the front foot. Find that runner's lunge, step it back, plank. Slowly lower knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find your downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Walk, step, or jump. Feet towards the front of the mat. Fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. And exhale. Just fold one more time. And then slowly push through the feet and lift all the way up. Fingertips lift up towards the ceiling. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift through the fingers, drop through the bum. Chair pose. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, drop through the bum. Make sure you look down. See if you can see your toes. Lift the gaze back up. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. Step the right leg back this time, tuck toes. Find your high lunge, bend into that front knee generously. Find knee over ankle lift. Lift your gaze up towards your fingers. Maybe a little back bend comes in. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Inhale, exhale. Open up the foot towards the long edge of the mat. Open up the hands into your warrior two. Look towards the front middle finger. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale. Watch out for that backhand. Like I just noticed mine was a little bit swaying this way. We want it to be even with the front hand. Breathe it in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come to the waist and turn the feet towards the long edge of the mat. You can always wiggle your feet a little bit wider if you need to. Breathe it in. Elbows point towards the back. Take a moment. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly fold over the legs for your wide-legged fold. And then your hands can slowly come down to the floor. This time, maybe the hands walk towards your toes and you grab your big toes, bending through the elbows, slowly finding crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, tuck through the chin. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Push through the feet, slowly lift through the gaze. Hands come to waist as you lift all the way up, hinging from the hips all the way back up. We're going to turn towards the back of the mat, which is also the new front of the mat, and find your feet nice and wide. Toes are still turned out on the back of the foot. We're going to bring the front hand forward. Back hand is going to stay behind us. Pull through the front hand and slowly bring the hand down towards the shin. Top hand stacks overhead and you're going to look towards the thumb. Your shoulders should be in line with each other. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lift it all the way up. And this time we're going to have our feet come a little bit closer together. Turn the hips towards the front of the mat. Hands come to the waist. Take a moment here, breathe it in, or your hands can come into secret prayer or opposite elbows as well. Open through the chest, roll the shoulders back, and then slowly fold over the front leg for your pyramid pose. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lift up halfway, and then bring the hands down towards the floor. You're going to bring the left hand forward a little bit. Right hand can come to the waist. Weight's going to shift into that front leg. You're going to lift through the back leg, which is your left, and you're going to slowly turn the chest towards the opposite way. So your right hand should be on top as you lift up. Lift the back leg a little bit higher. It's hard posture. Breathe it in. You can always have a block under this left hand. Inhale, open it up. Look towards the top level if you can. Breathe it in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Bend through that knee. Place it down with the other foot. And then slowly that right hand comes down. Forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Plant through the hands. Walk, step, or jump it back to your plank. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana or 8-limb. Inhale. Upward facing or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing or child's pose. Everybody meeting in downward facing. We're going to shift weight onto the edge of the right foot and find a plank pose. You can always bring the bottom knee down. Breathe in. Look towards that top hand. Hug then the top leg up towards the chest and slowly turn back round. Find your easy twist. Having your long stance with your lunge. Yeah. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly bring the left hand onto the inside of the left foot and then turn through the legs to find your Skandasana once again. Maybe you land the heel this time, maybe you don't, and then walk the feet over towards the right side and then slowly turn, runner's lunge, step it back, plank, slowly lower, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. Now you can travel any way you want to. You can bring the knees down and then bum to one side. You could also try and jump the legs back through towards the hands. So you and sit onto the bum. If you have your own jump through as well, you're welcome to. We're going to bring ourselves into Dandasana. Toes towards the sky, flex through those toes. Legs are pushing into the floor. Hands onto the opposite, either side of the hips. Breathe in here, nice and tall through the crown of the head. Exhale. Look towards the toes. Nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to bring ourselves into Mayachasana. Mayachasana C. We're going to bring ourselves into Mayachasana C. Take your time. Bring the right foot towards the left side of the thigh. Just have a little bit of a space between foot and thigh. Then we're going to bring the left hand around. Right hand can come round. Breathe in. Tall through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Now if you can get the elbow, maybe you bring the elbow all the way around. And if you have the bind, you're also welcome to it. We're going to just push through that back arm. Breathe in. Tall through the spine. Exhale. Twist it open. Gaze can shift to the side of the room or all the way towards the back if you have that in your neck. Some people just prefer not to. Breathe it in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly turn back to the center and place this foot all the way back down. We're going to do the other side. Left foot comes in, heel towards the bum, space between the foot and the thigh, and then hug with the right arm, tall through the spine. Inhale, flexing through the right leg, and you're slowly going to bring left hand behind you, push onto the fingertips, breathe it in, breathe it out. Remember, you can also bring the arm up and over, open up a little bit more, and the fingertips can come together if you really want to be fancy, or you can find the bind. Breathe it in, nice and tall. Exhale, gaze shifts towards the back of the room if it would like. Inhale, exhale, twist it open. One more, inhale, and exhale, slowly come back to center. We're going to straighten out through this bent leg. Take a moment here and then slowly come to lying on the floor. Bend through the knees gently and slowly come all the way down. Knees towards the heart space. Give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for moving today, for finding a way of getting your body moving, for finding your own versions of the posture. You've done really good. Arms go wide, knees go towards the right side. Finding a gentle twist. They don't have to land there. If they need a pillow under the thighs, they're welcome to have it. Just take your time. Taking your time to relax through the shoulders, look towards the opposite shoulder. We want that left shoulder still planted on the floor. Breathe in. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bring it over, other side. Listening. No. When you're ready, we're going to bring knees back to center. Feet will relax down. Wherever you need to make yourself feel comfortable in your Shavasana, do it right now. And then you can bring the hands either side the hips. Remember, your Shavasana can be as long as you want. You're so lucky to be at home doing this practice. You could have it for 20 more minutes, but we'll just stay here for a few with me. You can always pause the video though. Relaxing all parts of the body down, steadying the breath, breathing it in, and exhale, letting it go. And when you're ready, knees come slowly towards the chest. Hug again, and then knees go to one side, and you can push up to a comfortable seated position. Hands come to heart center. Thank you for letting me guide your practice today. The light in me sees the light in you. And I hope to see you again on your mat.